What is C programming language? Basics, introduction, and history. First, what is C programming? C is a general purpose programming language that is extremely popular, simple, and flexible. C is a general purpose programming language that is extremely popular, simple, and flexible. C is very simple and flexible language. Flexible means which is user friendly programming language, which is very simple, which means it is very easy to learn. It is machine independent structured programming language which is used extensively in various applications. C is machine independent and it is structured programming language which is used. C is operated on any operating system like Windows, Unix, and anything. Red Hat Linux, like many operating systems. C was the basic language to write everything from operating systems. C was the basic language. C was the basic language for programming to write everything from operating systems. C was the first fundamental basic programming language, we can call it, and we can write C on any platforms like Windows, Unix, Mac, or any operating systems. C was the basic language to write everything from operating systems like Windows, Unix, Mac operating system to complex programs like the Oracle database, Git, Python interpreter, and more. It is said that C is a God's programming language. We can say that C is a God's programming language because it is very simple and flexible and user-friendly programming language. One can say C is a base for the programming. We all say that C is a base for the programming language. C is a fundamental programming language. If you know C, you can easily grasp the knowledge of the other programming languages that uses the concept of C. If you know C, you can easily grasp the knowledge of other programming languages that uses the concept of C, because C is a fundamental programming language. C is very simple. C is a user-friendly programming language. If you know C language, you can easily grasp the knowledge of other programming languages which come after C programming language like Java, Python, or many things, because after the C there are many programming languages that based on C concepts. So if you know C, you can easily learn the concept of other programming languages very fast. It is essential to have a background in computer memory mechanisms because it is an important aspect when dealing with the C programming language. You know the memory mechanisms, it is very important if you learn the C programming language. And our next topic is history of C language. The base or father of programming language is Algol, and the first programming language is Algol. It is the father of programming languages. We can call Algol is the father or base programming language. It was first introduced in 1960. Algol programming language was first introduced in 1960. Algol was used on large basis in European countries. The first programming language, Algol, it is also called the base of programming language or father of programming language, was used on a large basis in European countries. It is very popular in European countries because in European countries they were used on a large basis. Algol introduced the concept of structured programming to the developer community. The first or the base programming languages or father of programming language, the base or father of programming language, Algol introduced the concept of structured programming to the developer community. Developer means here the community of developing programs or the community of developing codes or the community of developing the programming environment who are developed there. Algol introduced the concept of structured programming because every program has a structure or as a concept. The concept or structure is the basic for the program. Before you can learn the program, you should learn the structure of a program. The structure of programming was first introduced in the Algol programming language to the developer community. In 1967, a new computer programming language was announced called as BCPL, which stands Basic Combined Programming Language. BCPL was designed and developed by Martin Richards. Basic Combined Programming Language was designed and developed by Martin Richards, especially for writing system software. It is developed especially for writing system software. It is used to develop the system software. Basic Combined Programming Language was developed by Martin Richards, especially for writing system software. This was the era of programming languages. Just after 3 years, in 1970, a new programming language called B was introduced by Ken Thompson. This was the era of programming languages. After 3 years of BCPL language was invented, in 1970 a new programming language called B was introduced by Ken Thompson. B programming language was introduced in 1970 by Ken Thompson. It contained multiple features of BCPL. After BCPL, B programming language was invented in 1970 by Ken Thompson. And B programming language contained multiple features of BCPL. The B programming language contained multiple features, multiple characteristics of BCPL because it came after BCPL. After BCPL, B programming language was invented by Ken Thompson. So, B programming language had BCPL programming language features. This programming language was created using Unix operating system at AT&T and Bell Laboratories. The B programming language was created using Unix operating system at AT&T and Bell Laboratories. After BCPL, B programming language was invented. So, B programming language had the features of BCPL, that means Basic Combined Programming Language. B programming language was created using Unix operating system at AT&T Bell Laboratories. Both the BCPL means basic combined programming language, and B were system programming languages. Both BCPL and B programming languages are system programming languages because they are all system programming languages, both B and BCPL. In 1972, a great computer scientist named Dennis Ritchie created a new programming language called C at the Bell Laboratories. After B programming invention, in 1972, a great computer scientist named Dennis Ritchie created a new programming language called C. In 1972, a great computer scientist, Dennis Ritchie, invented a new programming language named C at Bell Laboratories. It was created from ALGOL, BCPL and B programming languages. First, the ALGOL programming language invented. Next, BCPL programming language invented. Next, B programming language invented. After that, in 1972, a great computer scientist, Dennis Ritchie, created a new programming language, C. So, C was created from the idea of ALGOL, BCPL and B programming language because C is after ALGOL, BCPL and B. C programming language contains all the features of these languages. So, C programming language has the features of ALGOL, BCPL and B programming languages. And C programming languages has also many additional concepts. It means C programming language has additional concepts more than ALGOL, BCPL and B programming language because C came after ALGOL, BCPL and B programming language. So, C has the features of ALGOL, BCPL and B programming languages. And after that, C came after ALGOL, BCPL and B programming languages. So, C has additional concepts and C has unique programming language. C is unique programming language than the ALGOL, BCPL and B programming language. So C language is very unique.